Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about how to do lay bins. This is what I use for a lay bin. It's a little 14-inch by 7-inch wide. It's about 10 inches deep. What I use is a mixture of washed play sand and organic soil. I used to use just regular washed play sand, but to fill this up, it would take 25 pounds of sand, and then you would have to add water. So it would be very, very difficult sometimes to have to put this in a cage, especially when they're lower cages and there's branches up here that you have to maneuver through. The washed play sand tends to dry out very quickly, and it's a lot harder. It's a lot more compact, so it's a lot harder for your chameleon to dig through. The washed play sand, typically you're gonna have to re-wet the sand every single day. So the reason we wet it is so the chameleon can dig a tunnel and lay her eggs. So what's gonna happen, this is gonna be filled up with sand. The chameleon will dig her tunnel, usually all the way to the bottom, turn around and lay her eggs. And if it's not moist enough or wet enough, you should be able to hold the dirt like this and it should stay in a ball. As that didn't, she wouldn't dig in this, and that can cause a female chameleon to go egg bound. So it's important to make sure your sand or your lay bin is nice and moist enough to where you can make a ball and it stays in a ball. Now that we have a 50% mix of half washed play sand and half organic soil, the organic soil holds water 1,000,000 times better, and we don't have to re-wet it every day. We only check it maybe once a week, and we usually do re-wet it just for assurance every week. Although I would still recommend checking the top layer, kind of grabbing it and mixing it just to make sure it's still moist daily. Now we're gonna go ahead and start putting some of this dirt in this bucket. Now that we have the sandbox filled up halfway, what we're gonna do is go ahead and add a little bit of water to it. Let's bring the camera over here. And then you want to just mix up all of that water. And so I do this to make sure that the bottom of this is definitely moist. And then we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the top layer of the lay bin substrate. If you take a look inside of this lay bin, you'll see this is the perfect consistency. You see I can grab some dirt like this, squeeze it in my hand, and it stays just like that. And I can roll it around and no water comes out of it. I'm squeezing it real hard right now, no water comes out of it, and it stays in the shape. That is the consistency you want. That way they can dig a hole as deep as they want and it won't collapse on them. Because if they feel it will collapse on them, they won't dig, and they can go egg bound. And now it's possible that the chameleon just goes up in her enclosure and starts dropping eggs on the ground, which is still not good. But you don't want to take a chance of her going egg bound, and that is always a possibility, and that's even a higher possibility. Now we're just going to go ahead and add the rest of this substrate into this lay bin. To make it a little bit easier for us, just so we can be aware that they laid, because they are very, very good at covering up the hole that they dug to make it look like they never dug there to lay their eggs. What we like to do is take our finger and take it to the first knuckle and just make little holes like this, all in the sandbox. Because when they get in here, they are going to cover up 9 out of 10 times every single one of these holes. But if not, and let's say they dig here, these holes will be gone right here, so you will know that the eggs are somewhere down here. Sometimes they're not always visible on the outside of the container. That is what the holes should look like on the lay bin. They shouldn't be very deep. They should be about that deep, and when they are done digging, they will feel the need to cover up all of these holes, and they will. And once you see all the holes are gone, that's how you know they laid. So Now I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hand off, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this in Princess Daisy's enclosure. In order for us to put the sandbox in, we're gonna have to take out the plants. And with the soil, it makes this a lot lighter. I wouldn't be able to hold it like this if it was just play sand. That's it. That is all you have to do. Get 50% washed play sand, 50% organic soil. You want to make sure that soil is organic in case they do ingest it. Sometimes it happens, and if it's organic, it's not going to matter. If there's fertilizer they ingest it, it can be harmful. So make sure it's organic soil. If you guys feel like this video was educational, you feel like you learned something, you learned how to set up a lay bin properly, please follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, click that notification button so you get notified every time we post, and go ahead and like this video. Also, if you do it differently and want to continue to do it your way, comment down on the comment section how you personally do it. Let me know if you're going to continue to do it your way. Let me know if you're going to change it up and use 50% organic soil and 50% washed play sand. It holds the water so much better. Yeah, just comment down below and let me know how you're going to do it. Other than that, we'll see you next time.